Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of the History of the Daleks set number 10. It's taken me a lot longer than I anticipated, unfortunately, to track these ones down. It's great to finally have them in the collection. It's the 4th of November 2022 of this recording. I have finally got the Death to the Daleks. The reason why I'm happy with getting these ones is because I never did get the original ones way back when. I think the original one was packaged alongside a John Pertwee in the sort of dark blue velvet costume with sort of red lining from Death to the Daleks, and then one of these Daleks with the sort of different extermination gun, which I'll go into more depth about in a moment, or in later in the review. They're quite rare figures. This is the last set I needed to complete the summer wave of action figures, so that includes the 8th Doctor, 10th Doctor 3-pack and the Planet of the Daleks 2-pack, Dalek 2-pack, which included a Supreme Dalek and a light reflective sort of see-through transparent Dalek, as opposed to this one, which, as I say, sort of for the most part consists of 2 Dalek drones. Death to the Daleks is not my favourite Doctor Who story or Dalek story of all time. I enjoy it a lot more these days. Like, as I've got older, I like it a bit more than I used to do. I do think, however, one of the cool things about that story is the uniqueness of the Dalek design, colour scheme. Silver and black, or black spheres and black bases, with the sort of mesh and the sort of black, and then predominantly silver. I mean, they're clearly quite striking, because I associate, you could, with the 3-pack of the 10th Doctor figures, which is, and I have to agree with most people, the consensus here is probably the weakest of the first half of the 3-packs, or first half of the sort of bandm releases this year. They have, since this recording is on the 4th of November, released, or planning on releasing more, which, as I say, are probably going to be mid to late November, maybe even December or January probably, sets, but they were supposed to come out, these other sets were supposed to come out later this year, but the point being with the 3 Doctors, with the 3-pack of 10 or 10th Doctor ones, with that standard sort of one in the brown coat and that, you could almost recreate Dalek Universe, sort of one of the covers for that, because that had like 2 Death to the Daleks on the cover and then the 10th Doctor in the middle. And they're quite striking, clearly, design. It's a one and done. They've never really appeared like this again, either in the classic series or modern series. And as I was saying to my mum earlier today, I think it would be really neat to see the sort of the sort of gold and bronze Daleks with this colour scheme of silver, and then where it's usually sort of gold, black, and where it's usually bronze, just a silver design. Maybe have like less or maybe more like sort of see-through rings. Articulation is standard for a Dalek though. It's full 360 domes, up and down at the eye stalk, up, down, side to side with the manipulator, plunger, and extermination gun. And it's on 3 wheels, so usual Dalek movement on smooth surfaces like this desk. And the big sort of controversy, if you will, in inverted commas, before Al Duar and Character Options and the team knew this mould had already gone out without the black underneath the solar slats here. So the black on the front is meant to go all the way around, and that would make it way more accurate. I suppose maybe if you're that sort of bothered by it, which I am not, I'm 50-50 on it myself, you could find a way of maybe removing these and then painting the rest, potentially. The other Dalek, the difference between this Dalek or this Dalek drone is predominantly the fact that it has just the white sort of little dome lights, for lack of a better term, or beetle headlights, and then the mid bit doesn't have a circle in the middle bit, and it has the standard sort of gunmetal or silver gun stick, which I am a bit confused about, because I'm pretty sure I watched Death of the Daleks a while back, earlier this year, sort of summertime I feel like, or maybe September, sort of late August, early September, and I feel like the gun sticks are more like the Genesis ones in a sort of dark grey or a greyish colour rather than bright silver, so that might be an inaccuracy. They've also got this sort of silver base and then a black base with a silver sort of upper skirt piece, which I really like, because again it really goes with the rest of the Dalek of black and silver and then black and so on and so forth. But the difference predominantly with this one is that the headlights are this sort of bright yellowy tinge to them. Similar eye stalks, or exactly the same eye stalks with the same sort of movement, but the gun stick is obviously the later sort of, for lack of a better term, like almost rifle-like design, which they even make these rifle-like noises in the episode, which I think is really interesting. Like, in my mind, I always feel like they're shooting something much more primitive than what they would have shooting out of this weapon design, I guess. And yeah, it's just really cool. It's got like this sort of, again, assault rifle sort of design, like the end of one of the Berettas from the unit soldiers. You've got this sort of textured bit here, then there's a bit there that kind of is between there, and then this sort of bottom bit, which almost looks like that's what it's reminded me of. It's reminded me of the reconnaissance Dalek eye stalk, this bit. I'd be curious to know if that is kind of what they've based this little end tab or design off of, but then just sprayed it sort of silver. And then he has the standard sort of manipulator plunger, and then a circle in the middle, and that. And I know in Batman March's review he took these off and then you could switch them around and stuff, but I'm not going to do that just in case. But yeah, again, same sort of articulation, moves about and that, up, down, the gun stick and side to side and that. Likewise with the dome, full 360, up, down, eye stalks and that. Really good set. I think it's a good one to have because they're a unique design in the classic series. And yeah, you don't really often see them even maybe pop up in expanded universe stuff, I suppose, other than the aforementioned Dalek universe springs to mind, and that's about it. I think it would be cool to see this sort of paint scheme, for lack of a better term, pop up in the new series. In my personal opinion, I think the black is a very obviously imposing dark colour, and then the silver kind of really pops against. They complement each other well, is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, in terms of the colour scheme and that, and then it's nice to have like a Dalek with a unique, for lack of a better term, appendage, I suppose, in terms of weaponry and that. So, because I think in the classic series line, you've only other things that spring to my mind off the top of my head are flamethrower Daleks and Daleks with the scoops, Dalek scoops and Dalek flamethrowers. So yeah, I think if you're a big Dalek collector, these are must-haves. Unless you're really, for lack of a better term, like anal about screen accuracy, then as I say, this bit might drive you a bit up the wall. But I think the thing is, they were in production before they figured this out. Like, they knew that after these figures were in production, so it was like they couldn't do anything at that point, sort of thing. I think is the issue there, unfortunately. But yeah, I think I'm not sure which Dalek set I prefer. Of the two, of the first half of the B&M sets or the summer sets, I'm not sure which ones I prefer. But I think Dalek sets of definitely been a strong one this year, / these two ones, the right reflective Dalek and the Supreme, and then these two I think have been really good. The 8th Doctor set was sort of the better of the 2 3-packs, and then as I say, I'd say the 10th Doctor 3-pack's probably the weakest so far of the sets we've got. But yeah, a strong, really cool, unique Dalek design, and I think it's cool that they've re-released these ones, because again, even if you were collecting way back when, and I've been collecting for quite a long time now, the action figures, I don't have these ones, and they're quite rare, and I was able to get them at a local B&M as well, so that's great. So even though there's not new sets out, you know, of like 9th Doctor 3-pack or the 13th Doctor 3-pack and the Genesis Daleks, and or Davros and all that, you might want to still go out there just in case you've missed any Dalek packs or want another Dalek pack, or as I say, missed out. Because I honestly was thinking that at a certain point I might have to get these off like eBay and pay ridiculous scalper prices, which is not what I want to be doing. Because that reminds me, these retail for $21.99, and I think that's a decent price for these figures personally. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe to the channel.